in
Hello.
the greater Munich area. Hi, Chris. Tell us a bit
Thanks for
more
having
about
me.
yourself and yeah, what are you up to nowadays?
Yeah, let me just introduce myself. I'm founder and CEO of Etherus. Etherus is a blockchain project which brings insurance on blockchain. Maybe I can explain later on why this is something which will help to give people more access and better conditions for receiving insurance.
Yep.
And we have been building since 8 years, so we are one of the very old projects on blockchain. We are building on Ethereum. Ethereum was invented in 2014. We went live in 2016. So we are one of the very early projects. And so there's quite a lot to tell. And yeah, I hope we will enjoy the conversation here.
Yeah, and why blockchain? Did you absolutely needed blockchain to create Ethereum? Why did you selected that technology?
Yeah, blockchain is obviously something new in the financial industry and still very early days. So we actually, when I started, I hoped that will get much more adoption in the general public within 2 or 3 years. We are still far from that. I think a lot of people are experimenting with blockchain, but you don't buy your grocery with Bitcoin or Ethereum or stable coins at your local grocery. So it's not generally accepted. Amazon does not really offer a good option to buy goods with cryptocurrencies. So we are still away, but on the other side, we also see a lot of interest, especially in markets which are underserved with financial products. For example, all the markets in Africa, and this is also something what I can show you. We have corporations here you show it on the screen, with, for example, Acre Africa and Pula and Hannover Re and a lot of big companies, World Food Program, NGOs, which are all trying to bring financial products to the underserved, which is, for example, smaller farmers in Africa. And this is one of our main applications, crop insurance. We are, of course, also working in the traditional industry. We are currently working on a project in Germany, which is targeting to make insurance sustainable. And this project is still in a very early stage, but we will build the infrastructure for this project. So slowly but steadily, we get this adoption. But in general, blockchain and cryptocurrency have still a long way to go. And yeah, this is also something where we can
And
dive
why
deeper
is
into.
blockchain relevant for insurance precisely? It's like a smart contract, right? Tell us precisely why blockchain.
Exactly. Yeah, we have built a whole infrastructure for insurance on blockchain. Infrastructure means we have all the necessary gears and levers what you need to run an insurance product on blockchain. So not only a part of the process, but the whole process from end to end runs on blockchain, starting from the application for a policy, starting from the pricing. You get a quote, you can buy an insurance product, you can then file a claim if there is a loss and get compensated. And we also cover the investor side. So people who are interested to invest in insurance products, they can provide collateral, they can earn money using smart contracts. And so we put the whole ecosystem of an insurance on blockchain. And the advantage is, of course, first of all, it's much cheaper and faster than traditional insurance. Traditional insurance needs a lot of highly sophisticated engineering and software infrastructure. It needs to be protected. And blockchain itself is a protected infrastructure. It's super safe. Even if you hear about many of these scams and betrayals, but these are out of blockchain. The blockchain technology itself has never been hacked. Neither Bitcoin nor Ethereum. So what has been hacked is the software which runs on top of the blockchains. And so if you do your job okay, then these smart contracts are safe. And so we can build and piggyback on the general security infrastructure of blockchain. And this makes it, in total, it makes it much cheaper and faster.
And how much clients do you have right now?
So we have currently in Africa, we have about 20,000 smallholder farmers served. And with each new season in Kenya, for example, we have 2 seasons per year. With each new season, we get more and more farmers. We are currently targeting for numbers in the 100,000s this year in Kenya with partners. And so, of course, in absolute numbers, this is still small compared to the total industry. But it shows that we are gaining traction. We are moving to other countries like Mozambique, Uganda, also Burkina Faso and other countries in the West Africa area. And so the interest is growing, and it becomes more and more clear that blockchain is actually a platform which can help people in underserved countries to get access to financial products.
And why Africa precisely?
It's actually by more or less by chance, or not by chance. So we started in Sri Lanka a few years ago. It's a very small project, but Sri Lanka has one problem: they don't have an electronic payment system. So farmers need to pay everything with cash. And this is a major hurdle because you cannot automate cash payments, obviously. So we then started the next project in Kenya, and East Africa has a very elaborated mobile payment system. It's called M-Pesa, and every farmer in East Africa has access to this payment system. And so we can just link to the payment system, and farmers can pay with very simple phones, and they can also receive their payouts with on their mobile payment accounts. So very seamless and frictionless experience for the farmer. No paperwork, no waiting time, everything fully automated. And this makes it very attractive for farmers to engage with these products.
Right. And yeah, is it, my question was more, is it like, are you impact based? Is it like is that an impact move or the money move? You know, because Africa, I mean, it's quite hard to make a buck there. And also the another part of my question is, it because these folks, these farmers, for example, are more prone to use blockchain. There's less laws around that, and the options are just not better.
Yeah, of course. Africa is, on the one side, it's much easier because the regulation is not that much hard than in the industrialized countries. So it's much easier to get a product approved by the financial regulators. And on the other side, of course, farmers are financially endangered. So they, for example, the um, income per year of a typical smallholder farmer is in the range of $500 to $1,000, and this is not much money. And if he has to pay an insurance premium of $20 twice a year, then this is a lot of money for the farmer. On the other side, we will help him to survive if there is a drought or a flood, and he loses his whole harvest. And so farmers typically engage with our products after they have been subsidized for 1 or 2 years. And this is nothing what we can handle. So our funds are limited. We can provide the platform, but we have partners. For example, we have the World Food Program. We have also a large partner, which is Lemonade Insurance, a large insurance company who also engages with their not-for-profit arm in Africa. And they provide subsidies for these products and help farmers to get on these programs. And after 1 or 2 years, the farmers get used to it, and they are this satisfaction with the product is very high. So farmers spread the product by word of mouth, and so more and more farmers get onboarded. And so in general, there is a clear opportunity to scale. It takes time, and we need partners. We have large companies which provide subsidies, and but in general, as soon as we have the farmers onboarded, then they usually stay in the program and pay it by themselves.
Right. And you said 20,000 clients. What do these pay? Do they pay monthly for the
Yeah,
insurance policy?
this is twice a year. So in Kenya, we have two harvesting seasons, so-called short rain and long rain season. And for each season, we provide the protection, and the farmer pays once per season, so twice a year.
So twice a year. And what do they pay? Is it 10, 50, $100?
Between $15 and $20, and the payout is in the range of $100 to $150, and this is the half of the yearly income. So this really helps a family to survive in case of a loss, drought or flood.
And how do you validate that loss if you're not like physically there?
Yeah, this is a interesting thing. What we can do with blockchain, we can fully automate the process. So we have so-called weather index insurance, where the weather condition is measured by a weather satellite and with a high granularity. So we can measure for each square of 5 to 5 kilometers, we can measure the rainfall over on a daily basis over the whole season. So we can exactly monitor the weather conditions for each of these areas and check if the rainfall has necessary level, or if there is too much rain. And so based on research which has been done in the last years, we can pretty precisely determine if there is a loss without even visiting the site, just by satellite data. And the other method is to make samples. We have a partner who takes samples of about 5 to 10% of the farmers. And this is also very precise because we directly measure on the field how much harvest the farmer has collected, and then we can also directly pay out.
That's interesting. And yeah, the options are few for them. They would probably not have an insurance company to back them up. So I can understand the concept here. Why aren't insurance companies also fully automating that process? Because they do have people that would visit the sites physically, right? Let's say in Canada, because I have friends that are in that field as well, and they would send an inspector, right, to see if the damages are really there. I guess it's also because of the scale of it, right? Like the insurance policies in Canada, there are like probably a couple of thousands, if not tens of thousands, for a farmer per month, and it's like $50 to $100 a year or something like that. So that's why classic insurance companies aren't doing that process that way.
Yeah, the whole area, the automated insurance policies, which is so-called parametric insurance, is still very early industry. And the traditional insurance companies are still experimenting, and the regulatory barriers are very high in industrialized countries. So it's not easy to provide a fully automated product, for example, in Germany or in the US. There are experiments, but these are usually not insurance policies, but these are financial derivatives, which are coupled to something like a trigger, like weather conditions. For example, there is a product for the New York Underground. And so if there is a flood in New York, then as soon as the water level raises above a certain threshold, then the trigger is pulled, and then a certain financial action happens, for example, a payout to the holders of this policy or the product. But this is still early stage. So insurance companies typically do manual claims processing, which is inefficient, takes a long time, but this is how it works currently. And slowly but steady, the industry moves in the new direction of parametric insurance, but simply not yet established enough. And insurance industry in itself is a very slowly moving industry. Yeah, they are very traditional, and maybe for good reasons, but it's super hard to get innovation in this space.
Right. Right now, it's only like water damage or dry seasons, I would guess. You don't cover like locust damage, let's say like bugs that eat all their crops, or vandalism, or having them stolen, even with
That depends.
satellite images.
So you can do this satellite stuff with rainfall, soil moisture, whatever. So something what you can measure. You cannot measure that there is an elephant ruining the whole harvest because that's simply not on the satellite data. In this case, we use this sampling. Yeah? So we sample with 10% of the farmers, and this is a pretty accurate measurement. And then we just accept that there is a certain gray zone. Yeah, so maybe there is a farmer who does not have a loss but receives a payout, and on the other side there may be also a farmer who has a loss, maybe because of an elephant or something damage, a pest. And he does not receive a payout. Yeah, so we just price it in, and the advantage that you have an insurance product at all by far outweighs the small gray zones where we don't catch the real stuff what's happening. Yeah, like the elephant, the famous.
And you're building in Munich. Are you restrained by these laws when it comes to building your blockchain product? Is that hampering, or are they pretty good on the libertarian level when it comes to giving the crypto companies their freedom in Munich?
Yeah, we are a software company, yeah? So we build just software. If the software is running on traditional servers or on a blockchain, doesn't matter. So I have no regulations here in Germany which stop me from building blockchain products. The essential.
But you have a token as well, right? So security sort of.
Exactly. We have also a token which is basically integrated in the whole infrastructure what we are building. And this token is registered in Switzerland, run by a Swiss foundation. And in Switzerland, we have underwent all the regulatory scrutiny, and already 6 years ago in 2018 when we launched the token. And so this is already accepted. Yeah, so it's very simple token. The token is essentially backing the insurance product. So people who earn money, so it's very simple. People who earn money on our platform, they need to stake tokens, and by staking tokens, these tokens get locked, and by locking the tokens, the circulating supply of the token is reduced, and the price gets a positive impact. Yeah, so of course there is no direct connection with the price, but in general, this is an economic law. If the circulating supply is reduced, then the price will get a positive impact. This is also very early stage because we just working on increasing the volume of transacted on our platform. And in the future, about 5% of our volume will be locked in DIP tokens. And if you look in the potential volume what can be handled on our platform, then this is a pretty no-brainer concept for the token. But we still do not have the necessary volume. Yeah, we're working on that.
And with all the meme coins and the shit coins and all the actors that are there for short-term profits in the crypto space, are you still bullish about it, the blockchain technology and its future impact on humanity?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm bullish on blockchain in total, but meme coins and all these shitcoins, what you mentioned, this of course is a burden for a serious project like us, because there are only a very small number of projects which are really working on real world solutions. And the largest part of blockchain is still dominated by speculation and short-term profits and the like. So this is really a burden for us. Yeah. So because we get lost in the many thousands of tokens which are traded, and so there are a lot of interesting projects which are running under the radar because nobody notices the real impact what we are giving. And so this is a problem for many of these projects, including Ethereum itself. Yeah, maybe you have noticed the discussion in the crypto Twitter. Ethereum, especially in the last year, has been under heavy fire because Ethereum is not it's not appreciating in price like Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin had a large bull run in the end of last year, and Ethereum had a small one, but then declined again. So in general, there is a big underappreciation of real applications and real progress in the blockchain space, in contrast to speculation and meme coins and valueless marketing and so on. So this is really hard for us because also many people are looking for short-term profits, and they don't find it in these long-term projects which try to make a real impact in the world.
And as a thinker, a philosopher yourself, a guy that studied physics and maths and all of that, don't you think that AGI is pretty much taking over everything nowadays? And maybe you should even focus your full time on that rather than blockchain as a technology if it's going to be your ultimate invention?
I think it will converge. Yeah. So of course we are using AI tools for coding, and coding has got a 10x increase in productivity in the last year, and so there is a huge amount of work what can be improved by blockchain. But blockchain is by AGI by AI. AGI is something different, I think. AI is currently still a tool, yeah. So a very mighty tool, but still a tool, and you need creativity to use this tool to create good stuff. And we are far away from AI, which acts on themselves and is creative on their own. So if, for example, if I build a new application with AI, then the best way to move forward is to give the AI a very precise description on what I want. The more precise, the better. And then the AI can translate this pretty quickly in a running application. But if I just say I want X, Y, Z, this doesn't work. Yeah? So the AI will deliver something, but it won't run. It won't be efficient, and it will be hard to maintain and to extend. So if you want to build something reasonable, you still need a lot of know-how, and the creativity is always on the human side, not on the AI side. AI is a tool what makes it very fast, and of course, it's much easier to try out things than a year ago, but the creativity is still unmatched, and so I see a large shift of the amount of time what I spend as a creative person to the amount of time which I spend as a just routine coding guy who just codes 100 lines of code. Yeah, so this has changed, but creativity is still unbeaten.
That is until we get in the agentic age, right? Because right now it's a tool on purpose because Open AI and all these companies want it to be a tool. That is until they push the agentic button and we can now deploy agents throughout the web and infuse creativity into them, right? And they can run or businesses on autopilot until they become sentient, right?
Yeah, I think this is a philosophical discussion. I have a clear stance on this. I believe that we are to make AGI, which is AGI per definition, is creative. Yeah, this is essentially the definition of AGI, that is really creative and can do new things which haven't been done before. But I haven't yet seen a single mathematical formula which is really a progress and was invented by AGI. So my stance is creativity is unsolved. AI is for the best what it can be. Even the agentic AIs are still a tool. They can make things faster in the same way like the internet makes communication faster. And it can make it more accessible, but it's still a tool. And I really believe that the creativity is yet unsolved, and maybe it will be solved, maybe soon, but it can also take 200 years until creativity is solved, because that's a really hard problem. And if it had been solved, then we would already see it. But all what I see in AI is still just tooling and increasing productivity, but not creativity.
Yeah, well, I think it's creative, right? Because creation means something new, something novel. And to my mind, you might have seen something, I might not have seen it, right? And AI by definition is creative because every new output is new. It's something that hasn't been done before. And you can tell it to mix two ideas. I have an AI storyteller that brings me to sleep every night, and every night's a new story. To have an AI that creates jokes for me, and they're novel, they're pretty funny. I think us humans, I think we love to think that we're better than most of these things, but we're not. And I think AI is a reflection of us. It's an extension of us humans. It's literally like new brains. I think what's hard coded into us humans is evolution, right? And in us men specifically, it's testosterone. Is like go create more. Creation also means destruction, right? It's creative destruction, sort of. So it's always go achieve more, go be better, survive and thrive. That's hard coded into us, and I think we can hard code it into an AI pretty easily. We're just not seeing it right now because these companies are obsessed with alignment and not creating like this destructive AIs. But I think that when we'll see like I've already seen it with my own eyes. I've already used agentic AIs, quote unquote, and I think this year it's really going to be obvious that these things are very creative, and that they can even be their own entity. We're already on time, Chris. I'd love to schedule a second deeper conversation about that. Where can people find out more about you till then?
Yeah, we have, of course, our website, isurus.com. We have Twitter, we have Discord. You find all our channels on our website, isurus.com. And we have a Twitter account also at Isurus. And so it's very easy to get in touch with us. We have a Telegram channel. And so if you want a deep dive discussion with us, then please join our Discord, where we have many channels for the different topics. And if you just want to stop by and have a small chat, then join the Telegram chat and or watch our Twitter. And we are happy to continue the conversation. I think AI will certainly become more and more interesting, especially also in the combination with other industries like insurance and
Blockchain.
let's see. Exactly.
Yeah, that was Chris Musenbrock in